Fellas, if you have ever wondered why women tend to disappear soon after getting to know you, but your buddy with the sourdough starter gets dates galore, well, this one's for you. By the end of this video, you will know which hobbies turn her on before you even say, how you doing? And how to get one-on-one coaching with your own personal wingman, if maybe that's not working for you. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen. I help good men like you find, attract, and keep your keeper. Welcome to Just the Tip. Fellas, do you think women only want a six-pack abs and a six-figure salary? Well, first off, those women aren't the ones you want. And second, some of the hottest hobbies are things you would never expect. Trust me, number 7 will surprise you. So the kind of emotionally healthy woman you want is attracted to hobbies that translate to confidence, creativity, and he knows how to use his hands, or at least your brain. So this list comes from a juicy little 2024 survey conducted by Date Psychology that polled over 800 women, plus conversations I've had with hundreds, maybe thousands of women over the years. Now remember, you have to live with yourself, so only take on hobbies that actually speak to you. The most important person in your life to impress is you. And not every woman is into all of these sexy hobbies anyway. So your best shot at finding the right lady and the right hobby is to stick with what you love. All right, let's look at the 15 sexiest hobbies according to women. Sexy hobby number 1, reading. Women associate reading with intelligence, imagination, and, believe it or not, mystery. Now, why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, she wonders what's going on in that noggin of yours, which makes her want to get to know you better. It makes her intrigued and want to decode you. Sexy hobby number 2, learning a foreign language or knowing a foreign language. Bonus points if you can whisper something sexy in français or at least order tacos en español. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows drive, ambition, adventure, and the promise of an exciting life with you, possibly exploring some of the world. Number 3, playing a musical instrument. So especially if it involves strings or keys. Drums, still cool, but a little bit less swoon unless you're in high school, which is okay if you are in high school. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows commitment to something difficult, which, let's face it, is kind of a requirement for a relationship. Truth. Okay, number 4, cooking. You sauteing garlic is basically foreplay. Now, if you have a delish dish you can whip up on your first date at your place, she is going to be impressed. Just the tip. If you want her to bring the dessert, make sure you can create a culinary delight without referencing a recipe. Now, why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows you've taken the time to learn an essential skill. And it's working with your hands. If you get great at making 3 amazing meals, well, she will be in before she realizes you only have those 3 dishes on your menu. Now, bonus point, if you're open to dating a woman with a different diet than you, or perhaps food allergies, learn how to whip up one of your go-to meals within her restrictions. It shows flexibility, thoughtfulness, and top chef star power. So number 5, woodworking. Woodworking is primal, it's handy, it's manly, and you build things with your bare hands. Now, bonus if you smell like cedar and confidence. So why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows capability and resourcefulness. Plus, if you can make a table, she's thinking, what else can those man hands do? Well, that's what I'd be thinking. Okay, number 6, painting. Hello, emotional depth. Many women see this as expressive, sensual, and slightly tortured in a maybe artistic kind of way, as long as it's less finger painting and more your soul on canvas. So why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it taps into vulnerability and creativity, which makes her feel emotionally intrigued and curious. Now, she wants to be the one to unlock that emotional abyss within you. 7, writing, especially poetry. And no, it's not just for girls, it's for grown men who own their own inner life and can maybe make her blush with a well-placed metaphor. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it signals introspection, intellect, and emotional maturity. That is a triple threat, my friend. Now, just the tip. if you want to make your poetry or creative writing way sexier, pair it with the stage. Performing a short story or spoken word piece at an open mic isn't just brave and bold. It shows confidence, charisma, and cojones, which is a subtle flex. You're not afraid of feelings or the mic. Double win. We interrupt this program to tell you a super short story. So I once went to a poetry slam in Seattle, and I can tell you the audience was mostly women given glitter eyes to a very average looking guy giving an impressive poetry performance. I even wrote about it in my memoir. Now, back to the show. 8. Gardening. Okay, so big surprise, right? Well, it turns out that nurturing something green is très attractif, at least to some women, likely those over 30, maybe 35. Now, why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows patience, care, and the ability to cultivate life. Metaphor alert. She's subconsciously clocking this man can grow something real, and in a world where lettuce costs as much as rent, a guy who can grow food, well, that is her primal need for safety, stability, and survival. Sexy and sustainable. Okay, number 9, swimming. Fit, strong, shirtless, say no more. Whether you dive like James Bond or belly flop like a legend, like my dad did, and own it with a grin, you are a winner, even though I am a cheesy coach. Right. Okay. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it's a blend of strength and fluidity. Confidence in the water signals confidence in life. And there's something undeniably sexy about a man who moves like he belongs there, no matter what his shape or size. My fat dad knew that swagger was more important than a six-pack. Number 10, photography. So seeing the world through the lens says you're observant, intentional, and artistic. Also, women love a guy who can take a decent photo without cropping out her head or her favorite shoes. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows that you notice the details and appreciate beauty. She's thinking, I wonder how he sees me, which makes her a little bit self-conscious, just enough to want to be seen by you. Through your lens, she hopes to feel both desired and understood. That's powerful stuff, and that's why a lot of pickup artists claim they're photographers. Number 11, astronomy. It's kind of nerdy hot. You literally spend your time gazing at the stars. That's poetic, it's romantic, and it's kind of masculine all at once. So why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it signals awe and curiosity and a philosophical mind, which is like, if you want to have meaning of life conversations under the stars, she's totally into it. Key point, don't confuse astronomy with astrology unless you want to launch yourself straight into the friend zone galaxy. 12, hiking. So nature plus movement equals primal appeal. Bonus points if you bring trail snacks and some off-the-grid stories. Also, great calves never hurt. Anyways, why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it's grounded, it's adventurous, and it is masculine. You are leading the way, literally and figuratively. Now, key point, unless you know her well, skip suggesting a first date in the deep woods. Remember, her primary need is to feel safe, not wonder if she's going to be featured on a true crime podcast. 13, archery. Katniss fantasy aside, this one's about precision, control, and strength. Nothing says a focused man energy like pulling back a bowstring with quiet confidence. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows discipline and a serious masculine energy. Plus, in a world that feels a little more Mad Max than Mayberry, knowing you could bring home dinner if it came down to it offers some solid provider vibes. Number 14, blacksmithing. So, super niche, super sexy. Sparks fly, literally, and you're wielding fire like a Viking. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it's raw, it's powerful, and it's ancient. She's picturing you forging a sword, or maybe a custom fireplace poker. Either way, she'd be swooning. Just the tip. A woman loves a man who gets his hands dirty, especially when he's forging fire in steel. But don't forget to wash up before you turn that blacksmithing grit into stained blouse disaster. Clean hands mean you are ready for more than just hammering. There is a naughty in that one. Now, just before I reveal number 15 and give you a link to private coaching, if you have found value in this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you. Number 15. Traveling, new cultures, new foods, passport stamps like battle scars. Women love a man with great stories. Why this sexy hobby is attractive to women? Well, it shows openness, adaptability, and a thirst for life. Now, if you've got the miles and memories to back it up, she's already curious where you will journey together next in life. Now remember, authenticity is your secret weapon and path to inner peace. So which hobbies are you passionate about? Let me know in the comments. Were there any on this list? Were there any not on this list? I will tell you what women think about those hobbies and whether or not they think it's hot or not, and how to make it hot if it's not. But before you rush to update your Hinge bio to blacksmith by day and poet by night, you're going to want to know what hobbies women say make them dry up faster than a motel towel. As you know, women are fickle creatures, and one sniff of these not hot hobbies may have her checking for the closest exit. However, if it is your passion and it feeds your soul, own it and simply filter till you find your right match. However, some of these hobbies are not serving you regardless of women. So subscribe so you don't miss that video. And I will also share how to make your unattractive hobbies more cute and quirky and less cringe and icky. Finally, if you're ready to become the kind of man a good woman wants, yes, they exist, and others highly respect, including most importantly yourself, get my Wake Up to Love program and do the homework. It won't work unless you do the work. Or you can fast track to love by skipping all that and going straight to the fun with one-on-one coaching. Spots are limited, so scan the QR code and book a free discovery call to see if it's the right fit for you. And if you know you have hobbies that are not serving you, either one of these options is going to be a healthy distraction. Plus, you will build some real life skills that can lead to those funner hobbies faster. Thanks for spending your time with me today. I really appreciate you being here. I'm sending you so much love, passion, creativity, and most of all, courage. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Yes, I've had lots of coffee. Thanks for being here.